What do you want to ask me about?
So I'm currently in the hospital right now with my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and we have been trying to figure out for a few years what's been going on. And our goal is hopefully to get some answers. So I was just kind of getting some insight on if you think that this is going to be the time that we're going to get those.
Yeah, have any of the symptoms involved almost like whenever someone starts to go into like almost like not a breathing fit, but it's almost like they're having trouble catching their breath or breathing, and it's almost like I can't fill my lung with air. I can't fill my lung with air.
Yeah,
Okay.
she does complain about chest pain.
I keep seeing fluid around the bronchial tubes and fluid around the lung. It almost feels like it's an autoimmune response to something that she's not been fully assessed for. So it's almost like if the body's reacting and having an autoimmune response. And I'm also seeing like a fluid buildup. So in a way, it kind of makes me think of when the body starts to not necessarily spasm, but it starts to react in such a manner that it becomes a bit confusing because some of the symptoms might mirror a completely different condition altogether. And so they might have thought it was a completely separate thing, started the process of treating her for that, only to realize that's not it. Did they put her on steroids for a bit?
Yeah, she just had a 3-day very strong IV course of steroids.
Mm-hmm.
It helped her a few days, and then now we're back here and they wanted to do another treatment, and when we got to the hospital they disregarded it.
Yeah.
They originally said autoimmune like you're bringing up, but they're looking on the neurological side and we're thinking we're missing things.
I think that the autoimmune still holds. I'm almost thinking there's two things happening simultaneously. I feel like there's the autoimmune reaction, but I feel like the autoimmune response is to what is starting this whole phenomena. Yeah, I keep seeing fluid building up around, which is odd for fluid to build up around the lung and not in the lung, but around the lung and kind of putting pressure into the nerves that are kind of backed up against the back of the rib cage and spine are at, to where it's pushing and pushing and it's causing this weird response in the nerves. And so because it's triggering nerves, there's a symptom that's happening there, but I feel like it's still an autoimmune response.
And that is where all her pain is, her neck and her back.
Did they already do an MRI?
They're doing it tomorrow.
Perfect.
And a spinal tap.
That'll give you the answers because that'll show them the cavity. There might even be a pocket of tissue or a cyst in that area that's just like a pocket of fluid that is because of something that happened previously. Once they do and again, I'm not a doctor, so this is more of just what I'm sensing. Once they do the MRI, they're going to get really detailed information about what is happening in that area. I do think they're going to want to proceed with a procedure. I feel like it might be an easy procedure. I don't think it's going to be as difficult as it could be because of where it's at. Almost what they're going to say, it's like a centimeter or two away from this, and because of that, we can do this in the pretty standard in and out versus like having to go in a bit more thoroughly. So I actually think that they'll be able to resolve it. She's probably going to be dealing with this for the next month before you really are done with it.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Well, I'm wishing y'all lots of love, lots of healing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.